Well, there you go, and I'm off to the races. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Heroes and Villains podcast on the Dopish Media podcast and YouTube network. If you never heard this podcast before, basically we just talk about comic book news and things I like that's nerdy and stuff like that. We have a weekly pull list that we also do. And that's pretty much it. So if you do like this, please like and subscribe on YouTube, and also give us a thumbs up on podcasting networks like Spotify, iTunes, stuff like that. And we appreciate it. And give us some feedback on the comments below and on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook pages. So let's get to the stories. That's pretty much all. That's the amount of energy that I have today. I mean, I could explore more energy, but do you really want that much energy in one thing? Really? I can't tell what you guys. Never tell what you guys. So let's talk about the big stories, alright? The Falcon and the Winter Soldier ended, and I think it was magnificent. I think it was adjacent to the Winter Soldier. It had so much good stuff that you were not missing the Russo brothers at all. But it had laughs. You weren't even missing Captain America essentially either, right? You're not like, I wish Steve was here. It was more like, well, is he going to take up the mantle? Is he not? Is he going to? Bucky, what are you doing? So I like the dynamic between that, and I appreciate that they went that route. It's not every day that you get a Captain America, but we do have one now, and his name is Sam Wilson. And the emotional ties to the ending of the story and the twists and the turns, I did enjoy. John Walker's suit was blue, but it only had like one star, whereas Sam Wilson's outfit, straight from the comics, man, that is straight from the comics, is white, symbolizing purity. And I know Isaiah Bradley, if you guys have read the comic books, he was a super soldier that didn't get his due, and at the end, spoiler alert, he does. And I just think that was a fantastic story to tell. Even with what Sam was trying to do, because in the beginning he was still a secondary character, and I think at the end of this he comes front as the main guy, like a wrestling reference. He was B-level, he was mid-card, and now he's going to be the guy, so are they going to do that for Don Cheadle, or is it Captain Marvel? What else is going to happen? I don't know, but I'm excited to see where it goes. They did a phenomenal job. Bravo to them. But are we going to get a second season? Who knows? Because as of Friday or Saturday, Captain America 4 officially in the works from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier showrunner Malcolm Spellman. So, the fourth movie's coming out. Is it going to be called Sam Wilson Captain America? Is it going to be called Captain America and the Winter Soldier? Maybe. Is it going to be called the Serpent Society or something like they tried? Who knows? But is it going to be Phase 5, Phase 6? How does this tie into the X-Men? There's definitely certain parts of the story that could do that. But we definitely have to see where that's going to lead. So, but I'm excited. Who could be the villain? I have U.S. Agent, and he seems like a good guy, but he also seems like he could be an anti-hero of sorts. Someone needed to do the things that need to be done. their own Captain America, say, because the Sokovia Accords. We don't know what happened with those, and so we'll find out in Captain America 4, which I'm really excited about. But there's also rumors, right? On top of Captain America 4 coming out, there's also rumors about a Chris Evans Captain America movie. So it might be separate from, Sam's Captain America story. So, I mean, if I had to guess anything, it would be the story of him putting the stones back. Maybe even fighting something else, because he went back with a suit. So, Steve Rogers must have did something. Right? But even if, you might even get like a Logan story where he's an older Captain America, and he might even try to, he knows this is not his timeline. His time is coming up. Maybe Peggy dies. He definitely outlives her. But like, to see the dynamic of him having to leave the life that he had for 45 years or so, or whatever, that's gonna be something interesting to see. So I hope that's real. Next up on the docket, DC Comics announces sweeping changes to Superman titles as Jonathan Kent becomes the new Man of Steel. Now, as Clark Kent continues to fight his Liberate War world, both on the front lines and with a new team of covert operatives, the new series will follow the son of Superman as he begins his next chapter. Jonathan Kent is well suited for the task of wearing his father's cape, and having fought evil with Robin, traveled across galaxies with his Kryptonian grandfather, and lived in the future with the Legion of Superheroes. This is good. This is good on many accounts. I think, and this is probably me, I think the age of our old superheroes should be coming to an end. I think the stories, you've had thousands and thousands of stories of Superman, of Clark Kent, even Bruce Wayne, even Peter Parker, even Logan. I think all these characters have had their justice in storytelling. There's very few places you could take these stories. I've had ideas for stories of Superman where he's the last person on Earth, and he's living alone after, a devastating thing happens or something like that. And he really has to cope with his demons of, did I really want to live this way? Could I save the Earth? I'm only grizzled, but then there's still survivors and there's still people. That would be a great story. Or with Batman, he becomes paralyzed. You have to do stories that are different, that are captivating, that will, like my one story for Spider-Man where his spider senses goes off 24/7. Either that or just give it to Miles. Let Miles be the pro Spider-Man, which the Clone Wars is, I think, setting up. And the King of Black kind of sets up. Well, we'll get into it. But the series is going to be called Superman, Son of Kal-El, which is great. I like his suit. It's more of he has black pants and the Superman logo and stuff like that. I like it. Because you gotta change. You can't just keep doing the same stuff. That's what I always believe in comic books. You have to change it up in order to get like some new stuff going on. You have to. There's no way you're just gonna keep doing the same stuff. But next up, Love, Death, and Robots Volume 2 hits Netflix on May 14th. If you haven't seen the show, it's one of the best shows. Literally, if you are a comic book fan, if you love animation, if you love games, if you just love nerd culture in itself, I say check this shit out. Because this is phenomenal. This thing is amazing. And also, the stories in there were so great. The Wolf one. So I could just imagine how it's going to be the second season. Hopefully it's not crazy. But we'll get a good show, right? Hopefully. That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, I mean, it was great. Funny thing is, I'm also starting Altered Carbon Season 2. I know it got canceled, but I'm starting it either tomorrow or the day after. And I'm just going to binge that for a day. Supposedly I heard it's really, really good. So we'll definitely see if it is good or not. Yeah, I'm very critical about this stuff. You know that. You know what I'm talking about. And that's your stories for this week. Trying to think if there's anything else story-wise that I'm forgetting because my mind goes to different places. Oh, Bad Batch starts next week, Tuesday, May 4th, Star Wars Day. That's gonna be awesome. Definitely gonna do that. I love May 4th. So that should be fun. Dave Filoni set it up. George Lucas is involved. It is a sequel series to the Clone Wars, which is one of the best things Star Wars has ever come out with. So it's going to be great. I don't even have to talk this up. The trailers and everything speak for itself, and we're going to have fun with it. Trying to see what other things. Oh, yeah. Since Falcon and the Winter Soldier ended, they've come out with pre-orders for Funko Pops, including 4 Sam as Captain America, a Bucky, we have US Agent, and they also have a Marvel Legends line where it has all the shows. So it has Falcon as Captain America, Bucky, Baron Zemo, US Agent, and then it has Loki, Scarlet Witch, and White Vision, which I've never wanted a whole wave, but each wave has a part of the wing for Captain America. So I already pre-ordered all of them. So I've never really wanted a wave like that much, but just to get the wings and all that stuff. And I pre-ordered the Funko Pop wing Falcon. Captain America. Sorry, it's gonna take a while. But exactly, that's awesome. So let's get into this week's pull list. I know I sound a little under the weather, but I'm not actually under the weather. It's just my nose is kind of stuffy because dust. Don't worry about it. I'm not gonna give it to you. All right, pull list. All right, this week's pull list. I know it's the end of the month, but just bear with me. So the Clone Saga starts for Spider-Man 25. Miles Morales is 25. We finally see the full extent of what the Assessor did when he kidnapped Miles back in number 7. This oversized anniversary issue lets the clones loose on Brooklyn and messes with Miles even more than Peter Parker's clone saga messed his life up. There's so many variant covers for this that it's hilarious. Let me see, hold on. 6, 12, 24, 28. There's about 33 covers for this one comic. So, that's how special it is. Number 2. We got Robin number 1. And what I like about this is that he gets a new suit, and it is Damian. After learning of the Deadly League of Lazarus tournament, Damian Wayne has a new mission: to win the tournament and prove he is the greatest fighter in the DC universe. But first, he must find the secret island where the tournament is being held. I like that. This is going to be a teen but adult-like book. I love the logo of Robin, with little scratches, yellow outline. Love it. Dope. I love it. Robin is always dear to my heart because he is, he's the son of Batman, but also just, Robin's cool, man. Robin's just cool. I always thought that. Number 3, Teen Titans Academy number 2. The questions mount around the new school formed by the original New Teen Titans. What's going on with Billy Batson's access to the powers of Shazam? What dark secret is Raven's new pupil Dane hiding? And who's masquerading as the new Red X? It's a good book. I've read the first one. Go get it. It's dope. Now we have number 4, right? Way of X number 1. Ooh. What could this be? The Way to the Future of X. Mutant kind has built a new Eden, but there are serpents in the garden. Some mutants struggle to fit in. Some mutants turn to violence and death, and the children whisper of the Patchwork Man singing in their hearts. Only one mutant senses the looming shadows. Snared by questions of death, law, and love, only Nightcrawler can fight the soul of Karoka. Only he and the curious crew he assembles, including Dr. Nemesis, Pixie, and Blink, can help mutants defeat their inner darkness and find a way to live. This is The Way of X, from Simon Spurrier and Bob Quinn. Push the frontiers of Krakoa in this unmissable entry in the new Reign of X. So, if House of X, those books, this is a new one from there. Those are great books. I love how they ended and then they keep going. That's just me. This is a bigger book, 44 pages. So definitely get into that. And last but not least, Superman Red and Blue number 2. It's a anthology book. So there's 5 stories in here. I love the cover. It's reminiscent of kind of like a Mr. Incredible. I highly suggest you go get that ASAP. Don't even wait. Yeah, and that's your pull list for this week. If you have any questions, any concerns, let me know. In May, we'll do something a little different where we'll have the original pull list, but then I'll have some suggestions of books that you might have missed over the years. So that'll be dope too. I'll even do some stories within stories and things of that nature. Now, one thing that I love to do, just like the story of this podcast, I want to do one villain and one hero a week. Just giving like a backstory for people who don't even know. So, I know the last time he did it was Negan and Buffy. And that was the first and only ones that we had ever. Yeah. So, I guess next week we'll do that. Starting off with one hero, one villain per week. So things are changing for the podcast, but in a good way. So, again, thank you for listening. And remember, in any situation, there's a hero and a villain. Choose wisely. Ooh, that's a nice one. I like that. Till next time.